Welcome back, guys. So in this part 3 of the tutorial series, we will be looking at our MySQL database, okay? And we will be installing the backend dependencies as well. So let's start with the database. So I am logged into my PHP admin portal here, as you can see, and this is the database which I have created, all right? And it has got some dummy data in it. Like it has got a couple of categories, few orders, order details, products, and users. Okay, so I'll be using this same database for my testing because I have the data in it. But you can always go ahead and create your own database, name it whatever you like, and create a few tables. Make sure you name them as it is what I have used here. Otherwise, you need to modify your code accordingly. Okay, so I've also created few foreign keys. So foreign key is an attribute which links one table to another. Okay, for example, my orders. Okay, my orders table is linked with my users. Okay, because every order should have an user ID associated with it. Without that, we cannot create a new order. Okay, so as you can see, I get an hyperlink here, and this order number 7 is linked with user ID. So user ID 1 has placed this order. Okay, so John has placed this order. Similarly, products. In products, I have a foreign key for category. Okay, so every product belongs should belong to a category. Okay, and then this list is populated from the categories table here. Okay, and order details is actually having multiple foreign keys. If I go to the structure and relation view, you can see it has a relation with order ID from the orders table, okay, and uh, with product ID from the product table, like which product you ordered, right? Okay, and addresses, similarly addresses has got a link with the user, so every address has to belong to an user, and one user can have multiple addresses, as you can see here, right? And that's all, and you can populate the data from this GUI using the insert command. And for the foreign key, what do you call, columns, you'll see a list auto populated here. You can simply choose which category you want. Okay, you don't need to remember whether you should choose one or two. Okay, he'll help you decide. Okay, and rest you can leave ID as empty, because every table should have a primary key. A primary key is a unique value based on which you can differentiate. So in most of the cases, people create an ID column here and set it to auto increment. Okay, and that is generally the private key, as you can see with this key symbol. Okay, similarly, every table should have a private key or primary key, I mean. Okay, so I'll also share this table or the SQL file, okay, so that you can import it in your own SQL database and get to work with the same data that I'm using here. Okay, so that's about the SQL database, and as a matter of fact, I'm using MySQL Community Server Edition and not the SQL that comes bundled with XAMPP. Okay, so I replaced it with my own SQL Server here. Okay, it's the same MySQL that comes with it. But I had this installed before XAMPP, so I'm still using it. All right, and now let's go back to our code editor here. Let me quickly stop the server. Okay, so we need few packages or libraries to help us with our backend. Okay, so the very first thing that you will need, apart from the default ones that my Express app has with it, I mean is already bundled with. Okay, so the app Express app generator already gave me a few common packages. Okay, so apart from this, I need a package known as CORS. So CORS is cross origin resource sharing. So that helps you share your resources with different domains basically. So to use it or install it, you can simply open the terminal here and type npm install CORS. Okay, but since I'm using PHP Storm and as you can see here, it's already giving me an error that says module not installed. So I can simply click here, install CORS. Okay, that will do the job for me. So install npm module CORS. So once that is installed, let me quickly go ahead and convert to let or const. Okay, so my ID helps me with that as well. And I need to use the CORS middleware. So I'm going to use it here before logger app.use. So with app.use you can chain, what do you call, chain or insert or inject middlewares, okay, in Node.js. So I'm gonna call the CORS function here and you can configure it. Okay, so I'm gonna set the origin to asterisk, that means everything. Okay, so in production environment you can definitely set the origin to the required front-end address. Okay, so that no other malicious request can hit the server. The methods, I'm going to use get, post, patch, delete, and put. These are the common HTTP verbs. Allow headers, allowed headers. Okay, content type. Then I need authorization, origin, requested with accept. You may leave all these options not configured, but I prefer to do it like this. Okay, after that we have all these routes. So we have our index route and user routes. Let me quickly remove these from here. Okay, I'm gonna remove the, okay, let's keep it as it is. I will make some changes here. Okay, I'm gonna create a new folder with the name config. I'm gonna create a new helper file, helpers.js. Yes, All right. So inside this file, let me close this file as well. I don't need it. Not the package JSON index users. Okay. So in this file, we will be connecting with our backend database. Okay. And to do that, we need a special package. Let me quickly open the package here in the browser first. If you go to npmjs.com, okay, search for the package MySQL. This is a package made by utent. Okay, this is an awesome package. Trust me, you won't have to write any single uh, query for MySQL. Okay, this package does it all. So although it's in Chinese, you can right click and translate to English. Okay, so you can read it now. All right, so this is the demonstration how you can connect your in Node.js with this MySQL database. Okay, so we will be using the 3.x documentation. Click it, it will open the documentation, and this has got everything you need. Okay, how to connect, how to query the database, everything. Although I will be showing you all those things step by step. Okay, but this is just for your information. So I'm gonna copy this statement and put it here. Const MySQLi SQLi equals to require. And again, you need to install this as a dependency, not dev, actual dependency. Okay, give it a few seconds. There we go. Now we need a variable to connect to a database and new MySQLi, and we have to pass in the configuration options. So first, the host. So it's written as host. Okay, like this. Host should be local host. Okay, port is 3306. That's a default port. So they mentioned post. Not sure why. Let's check it here. Okay, it's post. Never mind. Post. Then user. This user should be the user that has access to your database. In my case, I have a user here. So the name mega user. Okay, and the password is 123456 mega underscore user. Pass is 123456. And the database name is mega underscore shop. Mega underscore shop. With that set, need to create another variable and call the emit function here. Okay, and set the first attribute to false, because you can have multiple databases chained here. Okay, you can have a master database and a slave database. So this is our master and we don't have a slave database here, so I'm emitting from slave to false, and there is no database for the slave. Okay, so with this we have this database object. Okay, and let me export it here. The name database according to my DB. That's about it. So I'll use this database object in my whole project. Okay, so let's do it. Let me go ahead and create a new route here. That will be my first route, or I can replace this existing one. Go to refactor, rename, product, or products, refactor. Okay, go to app, should be here. All right. So I'm gonna put some comments here. Move it upwards. Okay. Import routes. So importing here. Product route. This is user route. Users. Okay, now use routes. So app.use / API / products. This will be product routes. Similarly, we have another route for users. Okay. So go back to the products route here. We need express. We need our router for sure, and we change it to const. And the last thing we need is the database. Okay. So require. So it's config helpers. And what do we need from here? We need the database object. So this is this route basically. Get all products. Okay, get all products from here. And I don't need a next actually. So I am going to create a couple of variables here. First is a page variable, and this will be used to go to multiple pages, or page 1, page 2, page 3, depending on the number of products you have per page. Okay, so we'll also define a page limit, and based on that the page number will be calculated, or you can also supply that page number in the request. Okay, so this request object has a query element. Okay, like this request.query. So here you can pass any attribute attached to it. So I will be passing a page attribute, okay, from my get request in my get request, and if that is not equal to undefined, okay, so and request.query.page is not equals to 0, in that scenario I will assign that page value to this variable, or if this condition is false, so it will be 1 by default. Okay, similarly let me define another as limit. Query.limit, I'll name it as limit. Pretty much it will be the same thing here. Okay, it's just a name. Okay, and query.limit. The default limit is 10 per page. Okay, so this is set the limit of items per page, set the current page number. Okay, we'll need a couple more variables, like start value and let end value of products. Okay, so if page is greater than 0, what we want to do, we want to assign the start value to page multiplied by limit and remove the limit from there. So this will give me 0, 10, 20, 30 like that. So if the page is 1, okay, 1 multiplied by 10, let's say we are using the default values. So 1 multiplied by 10 is 10, minus 10 is 0. That's the first page. Second page, 2 multiplied by 10 is 20, minus 10 is 10. So we'll start from 10 because the first on page number 1 the index is starting from 0 to 9, then 10 to 19 like that. Okay, now the end value will be page multiplied by limit. Okay, else if page is not greater than 0, start value is 0 and value is 10. That's my default, right? With that said, let's see how we can query the database. So we know the table name is products. Okay, so if you go back to the API document here, you can use this. You can create an own custom queries like this, or you can go to section here, the table API. Okay, so with the help of db.table like that, you can create or query the database. Okay, so let me show you. That will make you the concept more clear, and there are a bunch of operations you can do. Okay, so just go through this documentation whenever you get some time. Okay, it's really helpful. So I'll be using the database object, and as soon as you hit the dot operator, gives you a lot of options. I'll be using the table function here. I need to provide a table name. My table name is products. Okay, you can give an alias like we normally do in case of MySQL statements. I can do it here. Okay, and then I can reference this table as P anywhere I want. Okay, now I want to join this table. Okay, so join takes an array of objects. So in this object, you need to specify a table name. So categories as C. Okay, I can also, since I'm using PHP Storm, it gives me an option to connect to my data source to help with all these queries. Hopefully, so I'm gonna connect localhost mega underscore user 1 2 3 4 5 6 mega underscore shop. So let's start connection. Okay, it works. Perfect. All right, so table and the on. Okay, so c.id equals to p.cat underscore id. So category.id is looking for a product category here. Okay, so if we go back to the table or database, so category, my product table has a foreign key p.category underscore id, which is looking for the category id, and that's pointing to this column here. Okay, so in normal SQL statements, I can show you if you want new console, right? So select star from products as P, join categories Okay, I can see the statement here, and if you execute it, you get everything here. Okay, like p.id, p.title, like that. But now I want to restrict it only to certain fields. Okay, so I can define what fields I want. So c.title as category, comma, oops, p.title as name, p.price, p.quantity, then we have p.image, and also we want to send the ID of the product. Okay, you can add many more fields if you want to, but that's all for my tutorial. And I'll use this method called slice. Okay, this will give me only results within a certain range. So the start is my start value, and end is the end value. End value is not included, that is exclusive of the end value. Okay, and I want to sort this with my ID dot one. So this is for ascending order, I believe. If we go back to the documentation, search for sort. Okay, so dot one is ascending, minus dot one is reverse. Right. Then you need to specify the get function. So there are two functions, get and get all. So if you choose get, it will only give you the only one result, the very first row that it gets. Okay, but in this case we are fetching all the products, so we'll be using all. It will give you an array of products. Okay, and then you have to change it with the then statement, and because this gives you a promise. And let's name it products, so we'll get the list of products. And you want to do a small check here, that if products.length, the array length is greater than 0, that means we have got some results. So we want to set as res.status. So this is our response object that is here. Okay, res.status of 200. Okay, 200 means okay, and we want to send a JSON response. So I want to send the count as products.length and actual products as prods. Okay, this is for the successful scenario. In case of else, I want to say JSON message here, no products found. Okay, also can you chain a catch statement here, console.log error. Alright, so this is our first route, and let me start the server here. Everything is running, server is running, and I have a tool here called Postman. This is a brilliant tool to test your backend server without the need of any front end. Okay, what you can do, you can create a new tab here like this. Make sure it's a GET request, and the URL is http localhost 3000 API/products. If everything works fine, you'll see 10 products here. Something that's not right. So access denied for the mega user at localhost. Let's see. Mega user access denied. Well, I connected here. That should not be the case actually. Let's see. Let me disconnect it from here. Disconnect. How do you remove it? Remove. Okay, yep. Connect to my SQL. Mega underscore user 6. Mega underscore shop. So it works, yeah, it works. Do 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. That works without the codes. No, still says access denied. Mega user at localhost. Let me go back to the database. Privileges. Let me grab everything here. Alright, privileges. And if that doesn't work, then I can use the root account also. Let's test that. Root. This is strange, but let's see. So this is a bit strange. Yeah, using password, no. So I need to check on this and get back to you. Okay, so just give me some time. Alright guys, sorry for the delay. So the issue was here in my code. So I wrote pass instead of pass wd for password. Okay, so now if I go back to the Postman and send a response, so I get this list of 10 products. Okay, and I can increase this list. Okay, so if I just put a query parameter, so limit equals to 20, so I'll get 20 products here. Okay, that's the beauty of creating those two variables. You can increase the product. Let's say I want 35 products. Okay, provided you have those many products in the database, it will give you. And if you don't set anything, it will give you 10 products. Set the page equal to number 2. So see the product ID has changed starting from 11. Okay, list has changed. Go to page 3, get a new list. Okay, although I have same products repeated in my database, but you can verify it by seeing this ID number. Okay, and if you do not give any product or page value, it'll start from 1. Okay, so with that, our product route is working here, and any we haven't written any SQL statement here. Everything is done with the help of this package. Okay, so with this, I'm going to end this video now as it's getting too long. And the next video, we will be completing the products route and looking on the orders route, maybe. Okay, so the two main routes that we would require in order to hook up with the front end. Okay, so till then, enjoy the tutorial and let me know if you have any feedback in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.